Okay, so part 3 of how I picked up my life on a whim and moved halfway across the world to Italy and ended up starting an upcycled luxury handbag brand and the first leather recycling center in Tuscany. Let's go. Part 1 and 2 are already on my profile, so if you missed them, go back and watch them. This is a series. Also today I am in Parco Casatinese in Tuscany. It's absolutely beautiful, a little off the beaten track. But if you are traveling through Tuscany and like hiking, highly recommend. Maybe I'll do a different video on that. Anyway, let's pick up where we left off. Okay, so fast forward, after I finished the Scuola del Cuoio, I was really fortunate to find work in a local luxury modelleria, a small pelletteria where we made mostly runway samples and small production for really high-end brands. And this was my first foray into not just being a designer, like seeing a factory, but really working in a factory day in and day out and working on production and really truly understanding how much work goes into all of the products that we buy. You know, I knew because I was a designer for 10 years before this, but this was me actually making all of these bags. I'll show you some of them now. So I ended up working a lot also on runway samples that were on runways in Milan and Paris mostly, and New York. And I'm not going to go into all the brands that we worked on because I want to maintain confidentiality for the factory. So that's really important to them. But it was the first time that I really started to see, especially at the luxury level, how much leather gets thrown away. Not just during the sampling process that I was working on, but even during the production that we did. Now, why does this happen? Well, the more luxury level a product, the stricter the quality control. And every single bag needs to be perfect. But leather is not a perfect material. It has a lot of defects, a lot of variations in the material. And a lot of times, the higher end the leather, the less coated it is, the more natural it is, meaning the more there can be differences and variations in that material that are not accepted by most luxury brands. And so this is what I was seeing in the factories. Huge boxes of giant leather scraps just going to smaltimento, as we call it here in Italy, which either means special landfill or incineration. I have a lot of videos on that. And I just couldn't believe it. We were a small factory and really like a sample maker, but even the small production we were doing, I was just extrapolating it in my mind to big factories doing production just every single day. And I couldn't believe it. And honestly, this is when I had my aha moment for my brand of like, wow, okay, finally, this is an idea. I want to upcycle and repurpose all of this material that is currently getting thrown away. There has to be a better way. There's no system. I want to do something about this. At this point, I knew it was time for me to move on from the factory. It had been over a year of working there, and I knew I wanted to do my own thing. Things were going really great with Lorenzo. We were still living together, and I knew I wanted to stay in Italy, but it was right before the world was going to shut down in 2020. Follow for part 4.